Say hello. Look at my big blue eyes. All my babies and their blue eyes. Hi everyone. Today, Kory and I have been working on the show and doing, you know, work things, boring work things. But I need to go take care of the silkworms because every day, Flynn and I take the silkworms and we clean out their little box. We have them in a little cardboard box and we clean out all their poopy and give them fresh food and check on them all. And so that's what I'm about to do. As you can see, here's our silkworms. They need fresh mulberry leaves. So we're gonna give them some fresh mulberry leaves and we don't touch them, but we pick up their leaves and sticks and stuff and we transfer them to this bucket and then...
Mama, there's one on this stick.
There is, be very gentle, very gentle. There's a lot on that stick.
There's one right there.
Yeah, don't touch them, don't touch them.
No, I'm gonna pet him.
Very gentle. So we put them in here and then we clean out all their poopies and throw away all the dead leaves because these are obviously all dried up. And then we put them back in here. Hi, silkworms. I'm looking outside and seeing Flynn's got a worm. Flynn, do you have a worm?
Yeah, but I actually...
Flynn, don't move. Don't move a muscle. There is a cricket on your shoulder. I'm not kidding. You jumped off. It's right there. Did you catch it?
Got it.
Okay. What's going on here?
Can I hold two worms?
You can hold another worm, sure. Where did you get these worms?
I got them at the pet store.
You got a worm at the pet store? It looks like you got some crickets too.
No, I got a bunch of worms.
A whole bunch of worms and a cricket. I guess Flynn went to the pet store and got crickets and worms. So that's exciting. We're just full of bugs. We got our silkworms. We've got
I got two
earthworms,
worms.
I'm guessing.
Whoa, you just walk around with worms in hand?
So normally these bugs are sold at pet stores to feed to reptiles, but in our house, they're for pets. I never thought I'd see the day where I welcomed so many bugs into my house.
You want to hold a worm?
No thanks.
Mama, you want to hold a worm?
I don't need to hold a worm. I'm okay.
Please.
Please, Mama, please hold a worm.
Please.
You got to try.
I'll hold a worm a little bit later, okay?
Mama.
Just not right now,
Well,
because I'm about to
look at
make
that
some
big
dinner.
worm crawling around.
It's mosquito season, but more importantly, guys, I have very exciting news. My mom came over yesterday and she brought something she found at her house. It's a little journal, because you guys know I love journals. At my ripe old age, I still am finding journals that I've never seen before from my childhood. That is the most dad thing you've ever done in your life. He needed to go get something from outside, so he stuffed Maisie in the cushions. How you doing, Maisie Joe? What are you doing in there? What are you? You're so cute.
Mom, she's the laughest. Leslie's not the laughest.
Wesley's not the laughest, just Maisie's the laughest.
Yeah.
Anyway, she took a very short nap and she woke up the second I finally got Wesley to sleep. So instead of making them both be awake at the same time, which is what I'm supposed to be doing to keep them on the same schedule, I was like, no, I'm letting Wesley sleep. So Maisie's awake and now she's in the couch. Are you in the couch? I'm gonna get her out of the couch. So my mom brought this journal and I had never seen it. I remember it, but I haven't seen it. There's only a couple pages in it, but man, is it worth sharing. So the first like 20 pages are just drawings of faces. Like literally like so many pages that I just drew facial expressions and different characters. I couldn't tell you why or what I was doing here. Just so many. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, there's a lot of pages of that. So then I had a couple pages of like prayers and then that's it. I had a lot of prayer journals growing up, a lot of like diaries that were personal diaries, and then I also did a lot of prayer journals kind of my whole life up through college. So here we go. Dear Lord, I've decided that this will be my prayer journal. I need help. This puberty stuff is hard, and I was wondering if you could help me. I'm confused all the time. My mom is what confuses me the most. It's making me upset. I can't go to football games with friends or homecoming with friends. I have to stay at home. And also, she won't let me wear short shorts to school. Oh my gosh. And I was about to tell Jessica a secret. My sister-in-law now, like I was writing about her even when I was a little kid. I was about to tell Jessica a secret. My mom came in the room, and now she's freaking out because I won't tell her what I was talking about. And then it says ... Sorry, I had to stop because I started crying. I told you puberty is confusing. Anyway, I love you, love me. Oh my gosh. Dear Lord, I really want to be in the school play, but I'm very disappointed. I want to be in the play so bad. Is there any possible way I can be in the play by some miracle, please? If not, Please comfort me and make me realize that it's just a play and I can try out for the musical in the spring, but I still want to be in the play. I want to thank you for helping me understand better in physics. I love you and I praise you, but please, in all caps, don't let there be a test tomorrow in physics. Love you, Colleen. Oh my God. So there's just a couple more, there's not like too much in here. Oh, and I practiced my signature on this page. And I used to want my signature to be the C to be a butterfly. Like I was like, if I'm ever gonna get famous, I want my signature to be a butterfly. That's what I wanted. Hello everybody, it's the next day and I didn't vlog anything else yesterday, so I'm just gonna combine it with today's vlog because nothing really happened. And today nothing's really happening again. I just kind of have been working and hanging out with cute babies, and Maisie's been busy drooling, as you can see. And yeah, we're just hanging out, huh? Just fed the silkworms. Flynn's playing with his crickets. It's an eventful day. I think I'm gonna make a baked potato. These are the reasons you guys watch this channel, right? To hear about me baking a potato. Look at those blue eyes. Holy smokes, you look nothing like me.
You look nothing like me, Maisie, but you're so cute.
Hi everyone. So it's time for the baby's final nap. I need to keep this on my face so you can actually see me because it's dark in here. And Maisie is super fussy, and so I was like, I'm gonna go try to put her to sleep first. I usually don't rock them to sleep, but she's having hard days, so I thought maybe she needed some extra cuddles, even though my babies don't really like cuddles very much, which is heartbreaking for me, but I'm trying to get over it. Flynn was a very cuddly baby. Maisie will sometimes cuddle me at night if she's upset, but they're not very cuddly. Are you all done with your bottle? You just wanna rock? So I thought I'd answer some tortilla talk questions, even though it's not the end of the day. And I'll just sit and chat. Gloria said, tortilla talk question, have you and Eric ever talked about what drew him to audition for Haters Back Off? Like, of all the available scripts or roles, what made that one most appealing to him at the time? Eric auditioned for Haters Back Off because his agents sent him the audition. Our casting director thought he would be perfect, and so when she was looking for people to find to be Patrick, she thought of him, and she asked his agents if he could audition, and he says that he originally saw it and was like, no, I'm not right for this, because he thought he would look too old for it, and which is crazy because he looks literally like a baby. But he's like, I don't know if this is right for me. He didn't know anything about Miranda. He didn't know what the show is. But then he said he read the script, and when he read the script, he really, really liked it and thought it was really funny and loved the character. And so he auditioned and got the role basically right away. I get this question a lot. Michelle asked, tortilla talk question, how do the twins interact with each other? Like, do they even acknowledge each other, talk, look, touch, etc.? I can't wait to see how they all play when they're older. Love the vlogs. So I need to talk a little quieter because it looks like she might be drifting off. So the babies do interact with each other. Sometimes they'll talk to each other or smile at each other, but the biggest thing they do is I always lay them down next to each other when I'm doing diaper changes or changing their clothes or just playing with them or anything. They're kind of always laying next to each other, and they hold hands all the time. Wesley always grabs Maisie's hand. Since they were literally a couple days old, they've always done that, and they have been doing it a lot recently. And lately, Wesley has been stealing toys from Maisie. Wesley will see Maisie playing with something or see her eating a bottle, and he will roll over and grab it from her, but he does it all the time. She's falling asleep right now. But I'm really excited for the day where they like talk to each other a lot. They'll babble at each other sometimes, but not really. The biggest thing they do as far as interacting is they wake each other up. Wesley talks a lot. Wesley loves to talk, and he talks right when he wakes up, and not like a little bit, like he like yells conversations to himself and wakes her up basically immediately, so that's fun. And I'll just answer this one, and then she's asleep, so I have to talk even quieter. I hope you can hear me. Claire said, hey Colleen, I know you've shared a lot about your journey with mental health and dermatillomania, ADHD, anxiety, etc. One, has it gotten any better since the twins? We'll talk about that later. And two, advice on how to talk about my mental health and also help others if they ask. I honestly think for me, the biggest thing that helps me with my journey with mental health, anxiety or dermatillomania or ADHD, whatever it is. Although I don't really think of ADHD as like a mental health like issue or whatever, you know what I mean? Like I just think of it as like part of my life. It does make life a lot harder and a lot more challenging, but I wouldn't change it. Whereas like dermatillomania, I wish I could change. I wish I didn't have that. And anxiety, I wish I could change that. I wish I didn't have that. But ADHD, like even though it's brought its own challenges and caused me to have dermatillomania and caused me to have anxiety and depression, and it's caused me to like have a hard time in relationships, like in friendships and communicating and, you know, stuff like that. It's caused a lot of issues in my life. I like that my brain is different. And so like, I feel like a lot of the reason why I've had the success that I've had and the reason I am the person I am is because of it. So like, yeah, anyway, I got on a tangent there, but I think the best advice on how to talk about it is, seems stupid, but just to talk about it. Talk about it with people who you trust and are comfortable with. The more you talk about it, the more you might be helping someone else, because I feel like the best thing that's helped me is hearing from other people who are going through the same thing. So when I read your guys' stories and your comments about your journeys with any sort of mental health issue that you're going through, things that have helped you, things that have been hard for you, honestly, one of like the biggest helps for me is just, it's not even like tips on how to get better. It's when people go like, oh, I have dermatillomania too, and it sucks. It's so hard. Just to hear someone else say, yeah, this is hard, feels like it validates my feelings, and that helps me more in most cases than like someone giving me advice. Do you know what I mean? Like just knowing other people are going through the same thing, and so I don't feel less alone, that helps me the most. So that's what I would say is like the best thing to help others, at least that's what helps me, is like just being open and talking about it and letting people know that they're not alone, because you might not always have the words to say to actually help someone and like give them advice on how to get through hard times or challenges that they're facing, but just validating their feelings and letting them know they're not alone is like might be the thing that they need to hear in that moment, because that's usually what I need to hear, and that's usually what helps me, is people just being like, that sounds really hard and I'm so sorry, like, you know what I'm saying, like, or I've been through that and I'm so sorry that you have to go through that too, you know, things like that. Anyway, and you also asked how's it been since the twins. My anxiety and depression got really bad after the twins were born, and that was really hard, but I've worked through a lot of that, and I feel like I'm doing a lot better now with those things. Well, with depression, certainly I feel like a lot better. Anxiety is getting there. My dermatillomania is very bad right now. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but last night I was awake a lot of the night because the babies were up a lot. I guess I was anxious about it, or just, I don't know, just tired and overwhelmed and whatever. And I mean, hour-long spells of dermatillomania. It really sucked, and I'm in a lot of pain today. That sucks, but I know that anyone who has, you know, a body-focused repetitive behavior, a BFRB, dermatillomania, trichotillomania, anything like that, it's like a roller coaster. Like some days are great, some months are great, and then some days are really awful. And the last couple of weeks have been really bad for me with dermatillomania. I'm gonna reach out to my therapist again, who specializes in that, and talk to her, because it's been very bad. And I don't really know the cause of it. It just sometimes is bad and sometimes is okay, and sometimes is great and sometimes is terrible. Yeah, right now it's really bad. Does that answer your question? It's really bad right now. I don't have much else to say about it. But Maisie is completely passed out. So thank you for helping me get little Miss Maisie to sleep, and maybe I'll see you guys a little bit later. Whoa, guys. I just had, I think, easily one of the most challenging parenting nights of my life. Tonight was the first night since we've had the twins where all three kids had a meltdown at the same exact time for like an hour. So Eric and I were like tag teaming between the twins and Flynn, like just taking turns of like which meltdown we were going to address. Everyone was okay. It was just like baby's meltdown and toddler meltdown. But at one point we got into the steamer because the babies were sounding a little congested, so we put the sauna on in our shower, and we're like, everyone in, and we had a dance party in there, and Eric and I were like dancing, and all three kids were screaming. I don't think Eric and I spoke for hours, but just now I came downstairs after the babies are finally both asleep. It is 9:45, and Flynn just fell asleep. He was with Flynn, and Flynn just fell asleep, and we both just finally walked in the kitchen, and we just stared at each other. Like, we didn't even say anything. We both were just like, it was so insane. Like, I had envisioned nights like this when I was pregnant with the twins. Like, what am I gonna do if they're all three crying at the same time? And they've all been fussy or whiny at the same time, but like, it was meltdowns. Like, all three of them were just melting down. It was so nuts, but everyone's fine. I think the only people who are not fine are me and Eric. Eric, are you okay?
Yeah, it was so like, it was kind of like out of body.
I felt like I was watching a movie. I felt like when you watch a dream, like when you have a dream and you feel like you're watching.
I was so overwhelmed that I was just numb.
That's how I felt too. Some days kids just need to have a meltdown, and that's understandable. Obviously, I have meltdowns every day of my life, you guys see, but
nothing is possible.
Nothing is possible though. I don't think I'm gonna vlog anything else today because I just wanna go to bed. I ordered Taco Bell. I was gonna make like baked potatoes and vegetables, and it's 9:45. I'm not making baked potatoes right now, so I just ordered gross food, and I just wanna watch something stupid on the TV and pass out. And in the morning, I have to take Maisie to the doctor. She's fine, it's just a checkup on something, but I'm always at the doctor. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
You can relax. Colleen and Eric have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones. so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.